In 1972, as excitement around Concorde's development was building, several airlines around the world placed orders for the revolutionary aircraft. One airline, IranAir, had an order for 2 of the supersonic planes and an option for 1 more. What was the story behind this order, and what could have been? Well, this story begins back on October 8, 1972. This is when IranAir officially signed its order for 2 Concordes and an option for a 3rd. It's believed that this order was politically motivated, with Iran placing it to further improve relations with France. This was part of several other deals featuring products like a nationwide CCAM colour television system. Iran would send 2 pilots to France in 1973 for pilot training, performing several takeoffs around the Aerospatiale Centre in Toulouse, France. Iran would then charter Air France Concordes for several Paris to Tehran flights, as well as a trip to Paris, Kish Island. Technically, this means that IranAir did operate a Concorde service, despite it being a wet lease operation. The plan was for Iran and its people to get a taste of supersonic travel before the delivery of the first aircraft. The first IranAir Concorde was due to land in 1976 and the latter option in late 1978. Construction began and the Concordes were built. However, the jets would never make it to IranAir. In 1978, Iran society had an upheaval and the Shah lost power. Iran's new leaders saw the expensive Concorde as a luxury item. After all, it wasn't an aircraft for the everyday person. Instead, it stood as a sign of the previous government's opulence. Later fallout between the West and Iran would have likely eliminated any hopes of a sale going through had they wanted to keep the order. Due to the political turbulence and the oil crisis it created, Iran officially cancelled its airline's Concorde orders in April of 1980. The 2 IranAir production model Concordes were shifted to the British Airways order, where would go on to serve for the rest of their lifespan. Had the oil crisis not happened and the IranAir Concorde order gone through, the deal might have breathed life into the jet programme. IranAir would have been the 3rd airline following Air France and British Airways to adopt the aircraft. Without the oil crisis, cheap fuel would be available on the market. In this scenario, other airlines might have decided to pull the trigger and secure their plane. We can only imagine the knock-on effects of such an order going through. Aerospatiale may have built a 2nd version of the Concorde, thus jump-starting a competitive race for supersonic travel with Boeing's 2707 program. Did you know about IranAir's Concorde deal? Let us know in the comments. Did you know that we publish over 175 stories every single week on simpleflying.com? Be sure to check the link in the description for more great stories just like this. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe before you go.